Welcome in as we break down team needs of the Philadelphia Eagles. We're breaking down each and every team, folks. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button. It's free. Help keep this podcast free. We appreciate you joining us. Spread the word. Like us, share us. We appreciate you joining us. Look, the Eagles still a very good roster, but they've got a needed tight end at guard, at edge rusher, at corner. While Quinton Mitchell and Cooper DeJean has emerged as cornerstone pieces on the secondary, the coverage unit were very vulnerable elsewhere. Adoree Jackson struggled. He was targeted here in a very poor cover grade, on being targeted on 18% of his coverage snaps. It's the highest rate among the Eagles corners. With Jackson set to hit free agency, upgrading the position will be a priority in the secondary. No question about that. They weren't as dominant as they were in 25, as they were in their Super Bowl season. This is a team that has to play well around the quarterback and allow that quarterback to thrive in that system. They were still able to win the division, and they had the number 3 seed. However, you could see it all year long that they, that they weren't quite clicking. However, they don't have too many needs aside from placing impending free agents. Corner is still the biggest need on defense, as I mentioned. Mitchell, DeJean, but they need another corner on the opposite side that can be a playmaker for them. I think on the offensive line is the next biggest issue, and I start at right tackle. Lane Johnson had an injury-ravaged season. Still a really good player, but at 36, they need to find a viable backup and future replacement there. The center, Cam Jurgens, hasn't been nearly as great as Jason Kelce, and no one thought he would be Jason Kelce, but it's been a precipitous drop. Landon Dickerson at guard couldn't stay healthy. They should consider a better backup, perhaps someone that can compete for that position. On the defense, back there, defensive end Jalen Phillips, Akiz Ojulari, and Josh Uche all set to enter free agency. So who can they keep? And then replacements are going to be needed for anyone they don't keep. Those are key guys. Safety. Reed Blankenship is coming off a down year, but is expected to bounce back. He could be doing so on a different team because he's an impending free agent. Another thing key to watch. So keeping their people is going to be pivotal, particularly on defense, because if they're able to do that, then the needs are not as plentiful. But if they lose any of them and they may get poached, somebody overpaying, then they've got to fill that spot. Linebacker, Nakobe Dean figures to be better in 2026 when he'll be further removed from that injury, but his contract is set to expire. So they got to keep him or replace him. And back again on offense, tight end. Dallas Goedert has been a mainstay in the offense for some time, but he's about to enter free agency. Receiver, the depth behind the top 2 receivers has been lackluster for some time. Jahan Dotson was acquired to fix this, but he's been a disappointment. The punter, Brandon Mann, is going to be a free agent. So the crux of the story here with Philly is lots of free agents. They've got to make some key decisions on who they want back and what they're willing to spend, and do they go find better or cheaper that may have upside to fill the players that they decide not to keep. Big offseason. It's a big offseason for everyone. Big offseason for Philly, for a team that's very good. They could jump right back into the top of the NFC personnel-wise, or they could slip maybe even another step below what they were in their Super Bowl run a year ago. Depends on this offseason. That's why it's so important. Appreciate you joining us again. Reminder to check us out and like and share what we're doing here. Hit that subscribe button to help us grow. It's free, and it'll help us grow. We appreciate you joining us. We'll talk to you again next time, everybody.